Ito ang Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang naiiba at kakaibang plataporma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Streamcast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating TechieMommy, si J.C. Bautista.
Hello, happy Thursday everyone! Happy Thursday! Magandang umaga po at almost magandang tanghali na. And welcome to the show, whoever's viewing me right now and sumasama sa atin ngayon sa loob ng 55 minutes or so. Welcome to the show. Hindi ko pa rin nakikita yung name, so hindi ka pong mabate. But thank you very much for joining me this morning. And it seems to be a sunny day out. Okay? The weather's been a little trippy, diba? Kasi minsan malamig, minsan napakainit. Ay nako, alam ko narinig niyo yung mga kapitbahay ko at sa kaingayan. But of course, we're live and we're kung ano man yung ating mga technical difficulties, pagpasensyahan nyo na po, okay? But anyway, ano pang mga balita natin, First of all, in the world, of course, let's talk about mga news muna, technology news in the Philippines, right? We said, of course, it still holds true yung pagpapatupad ng hindi na kailangan mag-face shield pag nasa outdoors tayo kasi nga parang for health reasons talaga, it was found out na mas lalo pang ang naiipon dun, right? Mas lalong naiipon yung virus sa likod ng face shield. So anyway, that's great. Of course, tsaka ang issue ngayon yung family executive, diba, yung news around yung una-una yung si Mago, yung parang hindi pa siya nag-turn state witness, but she made a statements before tungkol sa physically tampering with the validity ng mga or yung expiration date. Pero tapos hindi na siya mahanap ngayon. Tapos but the latest news today, okay, ito natin, sige, total technology naman din kasi ito. Siyempre, kasi we're using technology to find out about the news, okay? The family executive pleads for mercy, but senators are unmoved. Okay, let me just show you that headline, okay? Hold on, please. Let's show you that headline and talk about it, okay? Pakita ko lang sa inyo. This is based on the news today, September 30 sa Inquirer, okay? Okay, this is what it's about. Hold on a second, let me just grab it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Buhay Online. Kumukuha lang po ako ng graphic. Pasensya na. Because to back my story, okay? Sorry, kasi kanina wala akong time to put up everything because in between this before my broadcast I have classes po kasi nga international po yung aking tinuturuan sa ibang oras nila. So right before my broadcast po every day I work online. That's why sometimes po nagagahol ako sa panahon mag-prepare ng aking materials kasi I end up later at night doing my other stuff, my journalistic duties, my aside from my teaching, my creative marketing stuff naman po. Napakadami ko po kasi. Actually, like I said, no, I have actually more work now than before the pandemic. Truth be told, okay? Kasi nga, most of what I do is virtual. Actually, if not all of what I do is virtual. Kasi natanggal na yung face-to-face interaction ko po with people Na before, I would leave, travel so that I can attend conventions and or give talks at the same time. Also, go to meetings and make presentations physically. Ngayon po, lahat yun nagagawa na po natin online. Alright? So, and of course, because of technology, right? That's why talaga yung buhay ko talaga is tamang-tama. Buhay ko talaga is online. Dependent on that. Most of what I do, okay? So, alright. So, ano ba itong ginagawa ko? Ang laki naman kasi itong picture na to. Ayan, alright? So, there's the news, okay, that we're talking about. Okay, about the family executive owned pleads for mercy but senators unmoved. Okay, ayan yan talaga tong anomalyang na to hindi na tapos-tapos, right? Nakahiyaman talagang isipin ano bang nangyari dyan. Kaya tayo hindi. Hello there, good morning, Juventus. Ayan Sound, Juventus, hello there. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us today. Magandang umaga sa inyo. And so this is the latest news. Senators on last Wednesday ignored an appeal by Pharmaceutical Corporation Director Lincoln Ong to be excused from further testifying in the Senate's inquiry into his company's multi-billion peso contracts with government, saying he had received death threats to force him to blame President Rodrigo Duterte in alleged irregularities in the transactions. So sinasabi niya, pinipilit naman siyang magsabi, right? The family executive has been detained since September 21 in a Senate holding cell on a contempt charges for what senators describe as his evasive and inconsistent testimony to the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. The committee is investigating his undercapitalized company's 11.5 billion worth of contracts, di ba? Buti sana, oh my God, billion pa, right? For pandemic supplies with the procurement service of the Department of Budget and Management and the Department of Health last year, tsaka this year. Since the hearings began, I've received death threats which put not only me, but my family in danger too, sabi, right? I was told to point a finger at the president. Kino-coerce daw siya, pinipilit daw siya mag-point fingers sa president, sa Pangulo. Ong said in an open letter to the senators late Tuesday night, my wife suffered through an ectopic pregnancy recently due to stress. So I'm really asking for your patience with me, said a 33-year-old businessman. Theatrics lang to, di ba? Ang sabi ng mga tao, feeling nila palabas lang to. Copies of the letter were distributed by his lawyer, Ferdinand Topacio, who told a press conference on Wednesday that his client was suffering from mental torture while in detention. Wow, okay. Topacio, who had called the Senate hearing a kangaroo forum, told the Enquirer that he had advised Ong to stop cooperating in the investigation as he had already given all the information he knew. Senate President Vicente Soto III told reporters Ong's letter did not deserve attention, and Senator Panfilo Lacson said it was not worth reacting to. In an online interview, Senator Francis Pangilinan said the public should not be swayed by Ong and his lawyers' theatrics. You know, the issue is not the Senate. The issue is the billions stolen. Totoo naman. Let's focus on that. They're saying we should stop already, but if we stopped 2-3 weeks ago, these issues of overpricing and expired testing kits wouldn't have come out. The people deserve the truth, sabi ni Kiko Pangilinan. Again, the issue is family, so let's focus on that, okay? So, itong issue ng family na to hanggang ngayon ongoing, okay? So, itong nagkikiusap tong Ong na to na wag na ituloy wag mas inaharas daw. Ong insisted that Farmally had not done anything illegally in negotiating with suppliers and approaching President Duterte's former economic advisor Michael Yang to be the company's guarantor and for a loan. The government purchased billions of pesos worth of face shields and masks, personal protective equipment, and COVID-19 test kits, okay, from Farmally, a company that had a paid-up capital of only 625,000 pesos and zero income before the pandemic struck last year. O ano yun? Diyos ko, paano ka naging, di ba? Paano ka nanalo sa bid? Ano ka lang? Wala kang income pala before the pandemic. Kaloka to Parang ano to, bogus company. What happened with the transactions was we started loaning the goods and established our supply chain network, which gave us the foundation to participate in a bigger project. Really. We asked for loans from our network, from our families, from Michael Yang, because we wanted to deliver on time. Okay. Alright, sabi okay. Neither Yang nor Ong had disclosed how much Farmally obtained in loans. So tapos diba yung si Magoy nagsalita. Ong said there was no overpricing as we only submitted the prices that the company could comfortably offer. He also denied that the testing kits delivered by Farmally were near expiration. That was really the shelf life at that time, 6 months only. There were no ghost deliveries either, as the company complied with all the requirements because if we didn't, we would get blacklisted, sabi niya. So nabi ng mga senador that they're also looking into an allegedly irregular transfer of at least 42 billion in pandemic response fund from the DOH to PSDBM as it was done without a memorandum of agreement and supporting documents. Also, itong kahapon, Wednesday kahapon, no? Right. Tama. The House of Representatives Good Government and Public Accountability Panel warned that another Farmally executive might also be detained if she doesn't show up for its own hearing on the company's contracts, di ba? Si Crisel Grace Mago, yung nagsalita nung isang araw, an incorporator of the company and head of its regulatory affairs, had been summoned to the October 4 hearing. Gordon said she had gone in Communicators. Sinabi natin niyan kahapon, nawawala siya. Wala na raw doon sa kanyang kondo. Shortly after she testified sa Senado last week, siya mismo nagsabi that her company sold to the DOH damaged and soiled medical-grade face shields, whose production dates had been changed to make it appear that they were manufactured in 2021 instead of 2020. Surigao del Norte 2nd Representative Johnny Pimentel, Vice Chair of the Good Government and Public Accountability Panel, said the House also had the authority to detain uncooperative witnesses in its inquiries. Yun na lang nga, kung mahahanap nyo pa, di ba? Hindi na nga makita kung nasan right? Okay. And on the other hand naman, on the news about, that's the news, the virtual news about that Farmally case, okay? Pumunta naman tayo ngayon sa financial technology. Diba nagtatanong kasi sila. The future through fintech or financial technology, okay? Disease mitigation measures last year exposed economic vulnerabilities, diba? Dahil yung mga pangangailangan sa medical field, mga medical workers, mga ilangan sa medical field, sa mga ospital, sa mga PPE, sa mga, di ba, it saw a lot of, it threatened our global development as lockdowns put those already living on the margins at greater risk, okay? Fintech or financial technology players stepped up, leveraging a cultural shift toward online technology to boost financial inclusion. So, ibig sabihin, di ba, napag-usapan na rin natin to in one of our episodes na kung paano nakakatulong yung technology sa finances, okay, especially in this pandemic, yun nga sa medical field, okay? Financial tech players stepped up, leveraging a cultural shift toward online technology to boost financial inclusion, deliver aid, and facilitate payments, di ba? Nagkaroon nga din ng mga loan adjustments, tsaka yung online banking, naging mas nag-proliferate. But fintech has the power to play a bigger role in the development, okay? Tapos ito nga, mabanggit na naman natin kung sino ang gumagawa nito. Itong si GCash or virtual wallet, Globe Telecom is helping to build a sustainable future through digital financial technologies. Okay, yan ang fintech. Fintech is short for financial technology. So, paano makakatulong? Okay? Sandali lang. Tatanggalin ko muna pala yung itong news na to. Right? Okay. Right. Okay. So, yeah. Alright. Teka lang, ha? Let me just see if I could, alright. Okay, this is how, well, I'm just gonna grab this a little bit. Hello there! Hindi ko nakikita yung mga pangalan. Nakikita ko lang mga hearts na lumilipad. Tsaka, thumbs up. But thank you so much for joining us today. At of course, we're talking about technology news round the clock. So we're talking about financial technology now. Na-request kahapon pa at saka na isang araw pa to discuss naman kung paano, how it is in as far as financial technologies are concerned. Ito sa ating new normal. Kung anong ginagawang, kung paano tayo natutulungan financially in this ng technology during this pandemic. Okay? So, okay. Let me just grab isang graphic na lang ha. Okay? One na lang, tapos tuloy-tuloy na po tayo. Okay? Sorry. I have to manage my time better, but sobra 24/7. Okay, here it is. Okay. So, talking about, okay, financial technology. All right. Okay. Ayan, yan ang yung ginagawa ng Globe, okay, with nearly 2 billion people kasi unbanked worldwide, or nearly 2 billion people unbanked worldwide na hindi nagbabangko, okay? Millions out of work and traditional financial institutions shuttered to limit the spread of the disease. It was unclear if $8 would reach the most at-risk communities, okay? Nations grappled with the real possibility that some of the structural benefits gained by bringing the unbanked into the financial mainstream, driving economic development, reducing extreme poverty, enhancing gender equality, could fade because of the crisis. Well, financial technology companies stepped up with the solutions, okay? Some waived late fees, diba? Itong nangyari last year, yung mga late fees, pati yung pagpaputol ng ilaw, in-extend ang mga payment days. Good morning, Mr. Joey Ortiz. Hello there, Mr. Joey Ortiz. Welcome po. Welcome po. Thank you for joining us. So, diba, anong nangyari? In-extend nila yung mga loans, yung mga payments, nagpa-delay, pati yung pagbayad ng ilaw, pati yung pagputol ng ilaw, right? Nag-extend. There were a lot of considerations as far as mga loans are concerned sa bangko. Tsaka kasi nga, not a lot of banks were open and operational last year. Some skeleton crew, diba? Except of course nga, syempre yung BDO, pati weekend bukas dahil sa mga mall. Nung bukas yung mall, okay? So, some waived mga late fees, made their services free, or launched charitable giving features. Others, such as the Philippines' largest telco and digital solutions company Globe, took on a larger role, building on its existing businesses to develop sustainable initiatives by partnering with governments to distribute aid money and help bring unbanked populations into the financial mainstream. Wow, okay. Kita nyo yan? All right. Sige, let's read about it more. Okay? All right. In 2017, there were 1.7 billion unbanked adults globally, or 69% of the adult population na hindi nagbabangko. Okay? Wala silang bank account. These efforts have major long-term implications. Okay? As the world emerges from this crisis, fintech players like Mint, MYNT, a 917 Ventures company that offers GCash, are now primed to do more than bank the unbanked, okay? Aside from boosting financial inclusion, okay, GCash also makes wealth creation more affordable. Wealth creation more affordable? Paano kaya? And e-commerce as frictionless as possible, okay? Ang telemedicine din, okay, yan yung mga prescribe ka ng doctors, pwede kang i-examine virtually or online through an app, video doctor's visits. Telemedicine then is another area of growth as ample focus is given to health and wellness, okay? Leaders of these companies will play a key role in helping nations recover and build better. Okay, paano na-boost ang finances, okay? How boosting financial inclusion, okay? Since nangumpisa ng 2020, the world has witnessed several fundamental changes. Okay? Several fundamental changes have taken root, okay? Arguably, the biggest is the widespread adoption, of course, of digital technology, all right? In Southeast Asia, okay, tens of millions of people came online last year as lockdowns forced lifestyle shifts. Alam na natin yun. Nawalan ng trabaho, diba? Nawalan ng trabaho, nag-aaral online, see those changes, those major shifts, okay, in lifestyle, education-wise and occupation-wise, work-wise, okay, business-wise. A lot of establishments closed and open. US $100 billion is the estimated size of the region's internet economy. Diba? Ang estimated size ng internet economy region is $100 billion, okay? So, in Southeast Asia, tens of millions of people came online last year. Nung mga nag-lockdown. The pandemic also devastated economies, of course. In the Philippines, 26% of SMMEs, or the small to medium enterprises or businesses, closed due to lockdowns, and the unemployment rate climbed to 10%. This was problematic to say the least, of course, considering nga na 71% ng bansa, na 71% ng 72 million adults remained unbanked. As of 2019, see, ang daming hindi nagbabangko na mga adults. Even in highly developed nations, COVID-19 threatened to exacerbate economic vulnerabilities. Experts feared poorer communities across the United States could backslide out of the banking system, for example. Yet, those most likely to have financial concerns, okay, because of COVID, also benefit most from new technologies, and the global shift toward digital services has provided new opportunities for societies to tap into that dynamic boost financial inclusion and lessen the impact of disruptive forces. $400 million people living in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and the Philippines and Vietnam are online, okay? Take note, 400 million people living in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, the Philippines, and Vietnam are online, all right? Take Southeast Asia, for example. Although 290 million people remain unbanked, okay, sa Southeast Asia, 290 million ang hindi nagbabangko, okay? Vastly improved smartphone and internet penetration have enabled more people to access digital financial services. Yun na nga, dahil sa mga smartphones, right? At saka yung internet nila sa bahay, pag may wifi, so mas may access na sila sa digital financial services, yung mga e-banking, e-commerce, saka online banking. Globe Telecom has moved swiftly to empower them, okay? With its GCash virtual wallet, the telecom giant is helping its 46 million users, diba? Ang Globe pala, 46 million ang users, para magbayad ng bills, mag-transfer ng money to banks across the Philippines, pati mag-receive ng mga remittances from loved ones, and more. With the app na GCash, even the unbanked can save money, get loans, buy insurance, and invest in bonds and stocks. Sabi ng President and CEO of GCash, si Marta Sazon, GCash has played an integral role in keeping not only the economy, di ba? Not only keeping the economy going this year, but also keeping Filipinos safe and sane during the pandemic, okay? We've seen not only heads of households and young adults use the GCash app for their financial lifestyle, but even consumers that advocate a greener Philippines, o yan mga green technology, right? In maximizing what our platform has to offer. All ages na ang gumagamit ng GCash, hindi lang mga millennials or Gen Z. Lahat na. Kasi convenient, no? Nilaliken ko tong GCash para siyang yung WeChat sa China. Na yan na lahat nagbabayad ng everything, right? Anyway, so yeah. But its purpose goes further. Through GCash, Globe aims to bolster the digital payments transformation roadmap of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. O bakit anong koneksyon? Ang Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas has set an ambitious goal of banking at least 70% ng Filipino adults by 2023. An estimated 51.2 million are currently unbanked pa kasi. Di ba? Yun na nga talaga. Ang dami pa rin talagang hindi naniniwala sa pagbabangko ng pera. Nasa bahay pa ang mga pera. So we're building better societies, okay? Many across the world expect this shift to digital services to stick even after the pandemic passes. Totoo naman, as maraming digital services will still remain the same sa kanilang operations. Hindi ba nga iniisip nga ng mga eksperto na they're seeing that even working is going to be hybrid working, hybrid learning, right? And hybrid banking, I guess, right? Yun, ibig sabihin nun, face-to-face encounters with the bank and of course with the schools and of course sa work. Meron mga mag-work from the office, may mag-work from the bahay o kaya ilang araw sa opisina, ilang araw sa bahay magtatrabaho. Siguro after the pandemic, magko-continue pa rin tong gantong procedure sa work. Kasi, like yun na nga sa Amerika, no? We've been doing remote working for many years, more than 10 years ago pa, ang mga empleyado sa Amerika. We were allowed to work siguro 1 day a month noon. Meron tawag doon parang mental leave parang for your psychological or if you feel stressed or anything. Yun sa dati kong job doon, ganun. Pwede kang magtrabaho sa bahay ng isang araw sa isang buwan, pero hindi regular, right? Pero yun na nga, hindi bago sa mga Americans yung working from home. Remote working has always been there for a long time na because nga, it works well. In fact, it saves the company a lot of money. Sabi nga nila, around $23,000 each employee nasa-save. Aha! Kaya naman, yung mga companies na yon, of course, binigyan nila yung mga empleyado nila ng bagong laptop or bagong PC to work with. And some, of course, have added to their salaries by giving them a communication allowance to pay for their internet. Hello there, Miss Angelica Paz. Pleasant morning to you. It's so nice to see you. Of course, you are a welcome sight to my show palagi. Thank you so much for always being there. Okay? Nag-uusapan po natin yung financial technologies na nag-text sa akin to ask about paano nga daw yung technology nakakatulong sa ating banking and finances, and we were just discussing that. Okay, so building better communities, right? By 2025, digital payments are expected to account for nearly $1 in every $2 spent in Southeast Asia as they cross the US dollar 1 trillion mark. Wow. Over the past year, as governments sought to distribute financial aid to citizens who lost jobs or wages, many turned to fintech players to enable secure digital transactions. So yun nga talaga, e-banking, diretso na sa ATM mo, yung mga ayuda, di ba? Sa Amerika, ganun. Lahat ng tao sa Amerika na binigyan ng stimulus ang tawag sa aming ayuda doon. Makikiamin ako dahil yun nga, as you know guys, I have dual citizenship. So may ayuda doon sa Amerika, which I have not naman received, of course, because I'm here in the Philippines. Right? So, yung ayuda na yun ay diretso. Kung meron kang bank account sa Amerika, automatic na yun na ididiretso yung ayuda sa ATM nyo. So, yun, digital wallet na, digital na rin talaga yung yung pagbayad, no, or pag-receive nyo ng support, okay? Over the past year, as governments sought to distribute financial aid to citizens who lost jobs or wages, many turned to fintech players to enable secure digital transactions. GCash, for example, was tapped to distribute 16 billion or $327 million in government aid across the Philippines. Ah, ganun ba? GCash para binigay yung ibang ayuda? Bakit parang walang malaking press release about that? But anyway, yeah, kasi ang dami ngayon talaga ng tao instead of magbangko, may GCash, okay? GCash's success in this moment underscores its potential to alleviate other problems, from providing support following natural disasters to helping farmers, fishermen, and market vendors accept cashless payments while being able to access insurance or build lines of credit to scale their work. In fact, okay, pagkatapos ng typhoon na Ulysses last year, hindi pala, tama, last year nga. When Typhoon Ulysses battered the Philippines last year, GCash helped Filipinos send over 40 million or 800,000 US dollars in donations. And it did so without charging transaction fees. Talaga ba? Hindi nag-charge ng transaction fees. Bakit pag nagta-transfer online ng pera, bawat kibit, pag hindi mo bangko, may charge. Sana ganun lahat, no? Na walang charge na transaction fees, because ako rin, even like me, my gosh, my virtual job, of course, is one of my jobs is of course online teaching, and yung company na nag-employ sa akin as an independent contractor, dati yung sweldo was remitted directly to my dollar account. Okay, they ask us to have a dollar account or a euro account. And I opened that 3 years ago. Tapos dumidiretso doon. Kasi prior to that, PayPal yung bayaran nila. Yung PayPal, nag-charge din yan each time you transact. So, biglang nung lumipat sa directo bank-to-bank transaction from the Singaporean or Japanese company, pero dinadaan nila sa New York bank, diretso sa US dollar account ko. Walang problema, walang charge halos. I mean, BDO doesn't charge me for converting even. Pero biglang last year, nag-iba na naman ng payment scheme tong company na freelance ko na teacher. Ginawa nilang sa Payoneer. Alam niyo ba yung Payoneer? Yung Payoneer. Sobra. Yung Payoneer, parang PayPal, but each time, of course, they deposit the sweldo there. Tapos, whatever, if it's euro or dollars. Tapos, para mo makuha, i-withdraw mo yon. And when you withdraw your money from Payoneer, pera mo na nga yun, na nilagay doon, ba't pa, merong 10% charge. Is it 10%? 2%. Basta meron siyang charge para i-withdraw mo yung sarili mong pera. Okay? Tapos, hindi pa yun. Pag transfer mo ng pera niya, na-transfer na kunyari sa BDO account mo, na Philippine account, may charge pa rin yung BDO na $15. Nakakaloka. Yung for example, doon, nag-charge sila ng $28 plus yung $15 mo. So, nakakaltasan ka ng more than 2,000 pesos. So, di ba? Sa sweldo mo. Yung mga ibang mga teachers, di ba? Tinatrabaho nila yun hourly, yung 2,000 or 3,000 yun, ilang oras na nilang pagtuturo yun. So, ganun, ang laki ng charge. So, itong GCash does not charge for transfer fees. Wow, very good naman. No transaction fees. The ability to deliver aid more efficiently has major benefits for nations, okay? Getting money to those in need quickly saves lives, of course, supports development, and reduces the financial burden otherwise incurred by governments. So, ang galing ha, kung walang transaction fees yung GCash. Wow, really, a globe. Engage fintech companies or fintech companies, financial technologies companies can do much more than facilitate aid. Diba? With its telecom networks and digital services facilitating everything from access to telemedicine to remittances, okay? Companies like Globe and Smart, okay, or lahat ng mga ganyan providers can play even bigger roles in building inclusive, sustainable societies. They also have the power to help develop responsible digital citizens through education and lend financial support to social innovators who use technology for positive change, diba? As Globe does through its digital thumbprint and Future Makers program. Sabi ng President and CEO ng Globe, si Ernest Cu, our objective is to be relevant to our customers while doing business responsibly. Okay, that way we contribute to building a sustainable Philippines even as we fulfill our commitment to the global goals. It is important that the world sustains itself throughout as we progress. Okay? Okay? So ano nating nakikita natin dito? Okay? Gusto nating makita ang isang future, isang future that benefits everyone. Okay? The changes that have occurred during the pandemic, syempre, isipin natin talaga yung mga pagbabago na nagawa na kaya tayo naging nasa new normal are likely to remain for years to come. Dapat na natin to expect na yung mga procedures, yung mga services, or yung mga pamamalakad or our lifestyles will be sustained even after the pandemic. But the world will keep evolving, di ba? Change is constant, okay? Financial technologies will play a meaningful role sa evolution na yan. Digital financial services already help billions of people worldwide transferring money, paying bills from home, accessing credit, ordering food, diba? All without physical contact. But their potential goes far beyond everyday transactions. Now, nasa sa atin to apply them to build societies that benefit everyone. Okay? So in the future, okay, papakita ko sa inyo itong picture na to. Ganito na ang mangyayari sa pagbabayad. Dahil sa China nga, hindi na sila gumagamit ng pera. WeChat na lang lahat pambayad nila for everything. Okay? Yep. And hindi naman malayo na mangyari yan sa atin, right? Okay? So, ganito ang itsura ng pagbabayad at bili natin after a while. This picture speaks volumes, okay? Hold on a second. All right. Lagay natin. There you go. It just changed right before my eyes. Diba? Ayan, no? Tingnan niyo yan. Nilalagay na lang yung cellphone doon sa parang contraption na yon para magbayad, bumibili ng gulay. That is I think, the wave of the future. Eventually, swipe na lang din para magbayad, para wag na maghawak ng pera. Paano naman yung mga perang ginawa ng Bangko Sentral? Anong gagawin doon? But anyway, so that's the news about that regarding financial technologies, okay? All right? Very good. Okay. So what else do we have in store for everyone? Oh, in the world naman of entertainment, okay? And technology, okay? Sino dito yung alamin tungkol sa Squid Game? Okay? Squid Game is thing in Netflix, okay? Nagte-trending ngayon to for some reason, okay? Squid Game is a show, palabas to sa Netflix. Alright? And ito, there you go. Ito siya, Squid Game. Tada! Nakalayo ko na to. Tama ka na dyan. Yan, Squid Game. Okay? It is a show in Netflix, alright? It's a South Korean survival drama. Okay? Squid Game has become one of Netflix's biggest series ever, following its release last September 17, 2021. The Battle Royalesque, ito 9-part series to, okay? 456 cash-strapped people risk their lives in a nightmare-inducing survival game, okay? Parang game to win billions of Korean won, which roughly equates to 28 million euros. Unfortunately for them, the survival element of the game is taken very literally, with the price for losing being death, okay? As well as its binge-worthy premise, Squid Games features an expansive cast. Expensive, hindi naman. Okay, delivering top-notch performances. But who's who and where have you seen them before? Yun na nga. Familiar yung mga iba, okay? And in that connection kasi, basta itong yung mga Korean players na yan, nakita nyo na yan sa mga drama. Pero iba-iba, may mga Indian, may Filipino rin dito sa Squid Game. But, okay, teka muna. Let me see. Hold on a second. Because I know that there's a Filipino that's cast in this Squid Game. Alamin natin kung sino, okay? Hold on. I know that I came across that. Okay. Hold on, please. Sorry, bear with me. Hanapin ko lang itong Filipino na kasali sa Squid Game. Na cast, alright? Hi there, Angelica Paz. Into my bucket list po yung Squid Game. Very good, that's right. I know ako din na-intriga na ako kasi all of a sudden trending yung Squid Game na yan. Tsaka yun na nga, may mga Filipino nakasali sa cast, Miss Angelica. Meron, okay. And, bakit nawala yung news ko about that? There's a Filipino that's cast here. But nawala. Anyway, I'll just go back to that later. So, yun, may Filipino na nakasali dyan sa Squid Game. Okay? But anyway, speaking of Squid Game nga, the series, okay? Iba-iba yan. Nandiyan dyan yung mga Korean stars, si Lee Jung-jae, okay? Who is Song Ji-hoon. Ano ba yun? He plays Song Ji-hoon. Okay? He is a divorced gambling addict dito. Basta maraming profiles kasi maraming mga characters dito. Pero sa ibang araw na natin pag-usapan yung Squid Game kasi marami at mahaba. But I wanted to say sana na merong isang Filipino. Okay? Hinahanap ko Ano ba yan? Panay Korean kasi itong because all of these Koreans are starring there. Mga sikat na to na Korean novela people. Alright? Here. Okay. Here it is. Okay? Squid Game player 2, ayan. Player number 276 is a Pinoy. Okay, gusto niyo makita ang picture? Alright, let's see. Okay. Pinoy ang isa sa mga players. Okay, hold on. Number 276 siya. Okay. Ayan. Okay. Okay, let me show you. Diba? Nakasali. Siyempre, ang Pinoy pa, Diyos ko. Sa mga gaming, right? Okay, alright. So, I'll show you now. Hold on a second. Sorry. Pasensya na. Ngayon lang tayo kumukuha ng graphics. Okay. Squid Game 2. Okay, so ito yung Filipino Okay, let me show you. Where are you? Squid. There you go. This is player number 276. Tara! Okay. Ayan siya. Squid Games player 276 is a Pinoy. Okay. Wow. Alright. Spot, okay. Yan siya. Siya ay isang Pinoy. Hold on a second. Okay. Yan para you'll see him better. Okay. So, okay, so player number 276 in Squid Game is a Pinoy. That's him. Ayan. Mas kita na siya. Alright? Okay? Ayan siya. Player number, may number pa yung damit niya. Player number 276 is a Pinoy. Okay, Korean series Squid Game dropped on Netflix on September 17 nga. and has since ranked #1 in 22 countries. Okay, Miss Angelica, the Philippines included, of course. While the series gives a glimpse of Korean culture, the show draws a number of similarities with the Filipinos' way of living. Okay, from from struggling to make ends meet and dealing with loans you can't get out of. Yan. From our financial technologies to dealing with loans. Yan, so may mga utang tayo. And lalo na sa pandemya na to, maraming financially inept. Okay? May mga squid game doll. Anyway, so uh, it's very similar to the Filipinos way of living, from struggling to making ends meet to getting out of loans. There's also a Filipino actor in the hit series. Ang pangalan nito ay si Christian Lagahit, who has been staying in South Korea since 2015. Okay, Lagahit is known as Player 276 in the Bloody Games. Bloody nga kasi ito, patayan itong Squid Game. Alam mo ba itong Squid Game? Oh my God, it's the #1 series ngayon na Korean. And they're playing a game to win money. Pero nagpapatayan sila. Itong Filipino, number 276 is a Filipino. Lagahit is known as Player 276 in the Bloody Games. He appears in the 4th episode. Ayan, abangan nyo, okay? Or kung sa 4th episode siya lalabas, ang episode ng title Stick to the Team, where he teams up with some of the show's main cast, including Seong Ji-hoon, or si Lee Jung-jae, and Cho Sang-woo, or si Park Hae-soo, and wins a fatal game of tug of war. Tug of war ang sinasalihan niya dito, okay? Ay, marami pong pictures pero hindi ko nalalagay. Ay, dami niyang pictures dami niyang pictures online. In an interview on CNN, ilalagay ko na lang tong link, okay? Para tignan nyo siya. Nakakaaliw. Ang dami niyang pictures, alright? Let me see. I will put it here, okay? Saan ba ako magta-type? There you go. Here, look at this link, guys. There. So you can see him. Ang dami niyang pictures dyan. Okay? Si Magahit. Magahit. All right. He has a lot of screenshots. Okay. So si Christian Lagahit pala, Lagahit. Okay. He is known as Player 276, and then he's gonna come out in the 4th episode. So abangan nyo po yan. Ang Filipino Pride na naman. Okay. Kasama siya sa Squid Games, which is the #1 series now in Southeast Asia. All right. In an interview on CNN Philippines New Day on Friday, September 24, Lagahit shared that he actually auditioned for the role of Ali, which is played by his real-life friend Anupam Tripathi. While he didn't land the part, the production still called him up and told him that he'll be playing a special role. So, hindi niya nakuha yung kanyang role na auditionan, pero binigyan pa rin siya ng role. Very good, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, sabi niya, meet my recruiter, my dear friend and bro, Sangipaya. Yan tong Indian na kasama dito sa cast ay kanyang close friend, okay? According to reports, he currently works as a marketing consultant sa South Korea. In 2017, he started getting booked for acting gigs. And if you were wondering where you've seen him recently, he played the Pinoy waiter in Space Sweepers. Who tells Song Joong King's team to order from the restaurant or leave. Ba naging actor sa Korea in Filipino, pero marketing consultant siya. So, very good, okay? So, yan pa rin, of course, something to be proud of, right? Tsaka na-cast sa #1 series ngayon sa Netflix, okay? Ang Squid Games, alright? Very good. Okay, so, from financial technology to entertainment, okay, ang ating balita, and of course, Filipinos, talking about Squid Games, okay? Itong Squid Games, alright, there are many similarities of Squid Game and Pinoy Big Brother. Sabi ito, according to Player 456 lookalike. Okay? Folks online have been discussing what the Pinoy version of Squid Game, the buzziest, most brutal show of the moment, would be like. So much so that we even made our own imagined version na tayo, okay? But as it turns out, the closest thing to has been under our noses all along. Engineer and former actor Slater Yang. Okay, ito na. Alright. Okay. Si Lagahit, excuse me, ito yung Squid Game. Alright. Ito si Slater Young, ng winner ng Pinoy Big Brother. Sabi niya, yung Squid Games parang, ano daw, Pinoy Big Brother. Bakit? Alamin natin kung bakit. Bakit parang Pinoy Big Brother yung Squid Games? Okay, so we're talking about Squid Games. Okay, my son, have you watched Squid Games?
No.
Okay. They said it's so bloody, right? Okay, go ahead, pass it. I'm going to show. All right. So, sabi ni Slater Young, okay, Slater Young pointed us to yet another show, Pinoy Big Brother. Yes, the reality show he won in. Siya yung winner ng Pinoy Big Brother ng 2012, okay? He compared the two shows while dropping some cool strategies and hacks on his vlog, okay? On the off chance that you haven't seen Squid Game, spoilers around, okay? Okay? Squid Game has a lot of similarities to Pinoy Big Brother. Just ask Slater Young, okay? In the vlog, sabi ni Young, whose smile looks pretty similar to Seong Ji-hoon, o yung bida, si Lee Jaye. In the show, drew a lot of parallels between Squid Game and Pinoy Big Brother, also known as PBB. Talking about colorful maze scene, Young pointed out that it's not this intense inside PBB, pero ito din yung feeling kasi all the walls are colored brightly. Hindi siya yung normal na bahay na colors eh. Yung feeling mo is wala ka sa reality, di ba? So yan. To be fair, Squid Game did focus on people who were placed in a controlled environment to play games and ultimately win a prize. Exactly what Pinoy Big Brother was essentially about, diba? Young pointed out technical similarities. The anonymous staff, yung mga kuyas or ninjas in the PBB world and without guns, all the surveillance, and even the sets that they would play the challenges in or the tasks in the PBB world. May mga ganyang aspect din yung PBB and very surreal, very dreamlike. And not to toot my own horn, the engineer shared that he couldn't help but think of hacks or strategies for the Squid Game challenges. Kasi sa loob ng Pinoy Big Brother house, ang dami ko talaga mga diskarte, he said, adding a cheeky reminder that I won the most amount of tasks, and he was the big winner in 2012, okay? Red light, green light, I would just walk siguro, but that's it, said the engineer about this fairly simple child's game. Although he did, of course, acknowledge that at least in PBB, they didn't die if they messed up. Sa Squid Game, mamamatay ka pagka natalo ka. Sa PBB naman, hindi ganyan yung pressure, so you're able to think on your feet. The entire series was unsettling, but there was something about all the licking that went on in this game that made it even more so. Young's discarded for this game, dapat duruan nila and use that to melt the candy. Yung may honeycomb challenge sila noon, okay? Yung honeycomb challenge, pareho rin. Ito sinasabi niya kung paano daw gagawin yung challenge. Dapat duruan nila yung to melt the candy, explaining that he'd use a finger to saturate the hard sugar with his saliva. Ano pa, kasi merong honeycomb game doon, meron din tug of war. Yung strategy here, nagbibigay siya ng advice kung paano mananalo. Okay? It's the same as what went down in Squid Game. Pick the strongest, which is also what they did inside the house. We tended to team up with the big strong guys, he admitted. It really happens in the PBB. This game was super relatable talaga. They would even make sure not to vote the strong players out back in PBB because they helped us win the task, okay? Tapos yung glass stepping stones. So by some very strange chance, you end up in a game like this. Young has some tips on identifying tempered versus ordinary glass. Okay, tempered glass is heat-treated glass, he explains, meaning it went through many processes to make it stronger than ordinary glass. At first glance, there's not much of a difference, but from the corners, which is yung makikita natin dito, tempered glass is softer, parang mas smooth yung mga corners. Plus, he confirmed a comment by one of the players in the show, yup, tempered glass tends to reflect light in a more wobbly manner, okay? The best hack he suggested, maybe I wouldn't even need to choose between the tempered and the ordinary glass. If I step near the edge of the glass panel, he said, pointing out the support beams they were laid out on. Then again, we would totally understand how difficult it is to work around such intense pressure. So ayan na mga tips ni Slater Young tungkol sa mga games dito sa Squid Game. And on this note, I'd have to end the show because it's already a minute before 12 at yung aking kasunod po ay nag-aantay na. Maraming salamat for joining me today. Pasensya na po. Okay, at napakabilis ng oras. Thank you, Miss Angelica Paz, Mr. Joey Cruz, Mr. Ian Sound Juventus, Okay, Jake Lizar, my Laka family and Bautista family. Thank you for your support, and of course, our BSC family. Happy anniversary to us, and thank you very much po. Tomorrow po, mas marami pang balita, mas marami pang mga breakthroughs, and maraming reviews regarding technology. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Jay Bautista on Buhay Online, saying have a nice day. Faith, hope, and love, please. Don't forget to always keep that in your hearts. Maraming salamat!